Joining me now to talk about this, CNN legal analyst and former federal prosecutor Shan Wu. Shan, first off, just lay out the importance of this case.
Sure. As with so many things regarding the president, it's basically a mess of his own making. The importance of the case is this rather obscure clause that we're now all talking about prohibits the idea of a president profiting from his office. And originally, it seems like the framers were concerned with the idea of a president actually being conferred like a title of nobility by a foreign government, or a foreign government giving them a title and then paying them. Fast forward to now, Trump has all these business interests that, unlike any other president, he has not put into a blind trust. And so now this is a question of, let's take a look at those interests. Can it be that you're profiting from being president when foreign dignitaries are coming and staying at your hotel? And he, of course, has raised the big constitutional issue of absolute immunity. I'm president, you can't touch me while I'm president. It's more of the same.
So to that point, do the attorneys general of Maryland and Washington, D.C. even have standing to sue here? Is that what we're trying to figure out?
I think they have standing to sue, and thus far they succeeded at the lower court. At the trial court level, the judge agreed with them, and now they are at the level of the Court of Appeals. I mean, this is likely headed to the Supreme Court no matter what direction that it goes in. And again, it's something that really could be avoided if the president was more transparent about his finances. As we think about these sort of questions of what did the framers intend, I think there's an easy way to cut through that, Ryan, which is, let's say George Washington had opened up a tavern right next to the White House and made everyone who came to see him stay there. Yeah. That's the analogy.
Right, a very good analogy. So you mentioned this. I mean, at this point right now, this case is about a very narrow aspect of the president's personal business. We're just talking about this hotel in D.C., but there are a lot of other examples of his business interests all around the world where there may be some sort of foreign entanglement. Could this lead to more lawsuits once it's ultimately decided?
It could lead to more lawsuits, and I think perhaps even more directly, the discovery process, right now it's kind of on hold because of the appeal, but if the discovery process moves forward, that kind of information may give rise to more investigations, more lawsuits, and of course that's what the president and his lawyers are very concerned about, and really the Justice Department is helping them kind of push back against that to shield that possibility, I think.
So to that point, that could mean they could be forced over to turn over documents. I mean, could it even mean we'd finally get to see something like the president's tax returns? I mean, you talk about the president not being transparent. Could this be the transparency that some are looking for?
It could be. The president's tax returns are like the search for the Holy Grail. There's so many attempts to try to get to it right now. This is certainly one also that could lead to that. And I think at this point, it's probably just a matter of time before he really has to turn those over. But of course, there'll be other fights as to if we'll get to see them once he does that, Ryan.
That's right. A long way to go. Shan Wu talking about the tax returns as the Holy Grail. I don't think they've ever been referred to as such. Shan breaking new ground on CNN this morning. Shan, thank you for being here.
Thanks, Ryan.